Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Welcome to Music and Spirituality at Kardec Radio. My name is Joca Daledone from London, UK. Have you ever noticed that we don't really pay attention to the sounds around us? We might notice the loud sounds, the loudest to our ears around us, the ones that even get with intensity to our ears, but the subtle sounds, those that can be further away from us, we don't really notice unless we stop, perhaps close our eyes, and we can hear those very quiet and subtle noises. If I do it right now here, although I live in a very busy road, I can definitely hear the sounds of the cars, the traffic noise. But if I really pay attention, if I really close my eyes and go within, I can listen to people talking outside. I can hear the television of my next door neighbor. I can hear pigeons, I can hear birds, and we see that the more we focus in our hearing, the more we listen to things. And by doing that, we not only get anchored in the moment and the here and now, but we also open up to our spiritual senses. It's funny, isn't it? Because as we pay attention to our physical senses, in this instance, our hearing, that we can get access to our true self, our spiritual being, and be receptive, being open to the inspiration of the spiritual world, to the communication that we are always receiving from our friends in spirit. And why we don't do that? Why we don't really pay attention in that sense, hearing? I think we over rely on our vision. We rely too much on seeing things. I think that's the sense that is more present in us human beings. We know that some animals, the hearing is more important than the vision, like dogs, for instance. But as we do that, again, we can hear the wonderful sounds around us. In some of the spirits book, they call it the symphony of nature. Especially when we walk through a park and we're not overthinking about things, worrying and concerned about things on that day, because that's what happened. We are so busy thinking about things that we don't notice. We don't realize the wonderful things around us. But perhaps something that we can practice. Going through a park, perhaps stop in the middle of a park, close our eyes and really listen to the sounds around us. We're gonna feel so involved on that peace, on that stillness, that we be connected with our true self, our spiritual self. Perhaps something that we should practice more, because music is about listening, isn't it? And when we talk about even a celestial music, as they call it in the spiritist books, is by paying attention in this sense, in the listening, that we go beyond, and we can even be more sensitive to things of the spiritual world. So let's do that now. Perhaps listen to this music not only with our ears, but with our whole being. We know that we are spirits, but we live as human beings in this physical world. But physical and spiritual are interconnected. We know that we all have a spiritual body, what Kardec called the perispirit. The perispirit is the intermediary between the physical and the spiritual. It's the go-between. So we can feel, we can sense, we can have perceptions in the physical world, and the perispirit will transport this as emotions to the sensitive being, to the spirit. By hearing a physical sense, we can touch the spirit, the sensitive being, ourselves, the spirit, our true selves. So let's practice that as we listen to this music, which is, by the way, Clair de Lune by Claude Debussy. Let's listen not with our ears, but with our whole being, whole spiritual being.